Do you hate the gym? Feel like you have absolutely no time for a workout? Well, what if I told you the problem isn't your motivation or your schedule, but the exercise itself? Today, we're gonna flip the script and explore a new way to think about fitness, one that actually fits into your life, not the other way around.
So let's just be real for a second. Does the very thought of going for a long run or heading to the gym just make you want to curl up on the couch? Trust me, you are not alone. But what if the issue isn't a lack of willpower? What if the entire concept of exercise as we know it is the actual problem?
See, this isn't about being lazy. Our brains are hardwired to conserve energy and avoid things that feel, well, unnatural, boring, or painful. And for a lot of us, that's a perfect description of a long gym session. The thinking here is that the secret isn't to force yourself to do it, but to find a completely different way in. And that way has 4 main parts. First up, we're gonna completely redefine what a workout even means. Then, we'll dive into the science of working smarter, not longer. After that, we'll look at how to weave movement into your day so it's totally automatic. And finally, and this is the big one, we'll tackle the biggest hurdle of all, the mental game. Okay, so let's jump right into part 1 by rethinking the workout. I want you to forget the whole all-or-nothing, hour-long gym session. The first big idea here is something called microdosing movement, basically breaking it down into tiny, super manageable chunks all throughout your day. It can start with something called the 3-minute rule. The idea is ridiculously simple. For every hour you're sitting down, you get up and do 3 minutes of high-intensity movement. We're talking push-ups, burpees, squats, whatever. You do the math, over an 8-hour workday, that's 24 minutes of solid exercise you didn't even have to schedule. You're thinking, 3 minutes is still a commitment. Okay, fair enough. How about 4 seconds? No, seriously, that's the whole idea behind the 4-second workout. It's just a quick, all-out burst of energy, like a tiny sprint or jumping rope, done about 20 times a day. All it's meant to do is create these little beneficial specs for your heart. And come on, who doesn't have 4 seconds? And this quote right here, this is the whole philosophy in a nutshell. When you make the goal so small it feels almost silly not to do it, you start building momentum. Each little 4-second burst might feel like nothing, but trust me, it all adds up to create real, lasting change.
But wait, you're saying, what about building strength? We're always told that takes hours in the weight room, but the research suggests something kind of wild. Just 15 minutes of solid resistance training, once a week, can lead to pretty significant gains. The key is focusing on those big compound movements that hit multiple muscle groups at once.
And doing this is so critical as we get older because of a natural process called sarcopenia. It's just a fancy word for the muscle loss that happens to all of us as we age. It's inevitable. But the single best defense we have against it is resistance training. And now we know it doesn't have to take over your life. All right, so we've established that these tiny bits of movement are huge. Now, let's talk about making those moments as powerful as possible. This section is all about working smarter, not longer, finding the exercises that give you the biggest possible bang for your buck. Let's look at a classic example, high-intensity interval training. You know, HIIT versus a long, slow jog. A quick 10-minute HIIT workout with those short, all-out bursts can deliver incredible health benefits. Meanwhile, traditional long-distance running takes up a ton of time, and if you overdo it, some research suggests it can even lead to issues like chronic inflammation. Now, let's talk about a powerful but super overlooked concept, eccentric exercise. Think about a bicep curl. Lifting the weight up, that's the concentric part. But the real magic, the secret sauce, happens when you slowly lower the weight back down. That's the eccentric motion. Your muscle is basically acting like the brakes on a car. And why should you care? Well, the benefits here are just nuts. Turns out your muscles are 40 to 60% stronger in that lowering phase. It creates way more of what's called mechanical tension, which is the primary trigger for making muscles grow. It's also amazing for healing tendon issues, and you guessed it, it's one of the best weapons we have against that age-related muscle loss we just talked about. Want a super simple way to put this into practice right now? Try what are called Soleus push-ups while you're sitting at your desk. The soleus is a muscle deep in your calf. You just keep your feet flat on the floor and raise your heels. That's it. Some studies show this simple little movement can help balance your blood sugar and insulin. It's the perfect desk hack. Okay, so we've got these powerful, short bursts of activity. But the next big mental leap is to just stop thinking about exercise as a separate event. This part is all about weaving movement so seamlessly into your day that you don't even notice you're doing it. It just becomes part of your lifestyle.
There's a scientific term for this. It's called NEAT. It sounds complicated, but all it really means is the energy you burn doing everything that isn't formal exercise. So fidgeting, walking to the kitchen, doing chores. And in our modern world where we sit all the time, finding ways to boost your NEAT is an absolute game changer.
So how do you boost it? It's all about these small, almost invisible tweaks. When you're on a phone call, pace around. When you're watching TV, try sitting on the floor instead of the couch. Just the act of getting up and down is a mini workout. After you eat, take a quick 15-minute walk. It all counts.
Now here's a really clever strategy. Change your environment to force you to move. Here's a great example. Put a pull-up bar in a doorway you have to walk through all the time. Then you make a rule for yourself. Every single time I pass under it, I have to at least grab it and hang for a couple of seconds. You're literally building movement triggers into your home.
So we've covered the what and the how, but none of it, and I mean none of it, matters if we don't tackle the most important part of this whole equation, the mental game. Because all the tips and hacks in the world won't work if your own mind is working against you.
This is such a powerful, powerful shift. Think about it. I have to exercise feels like a chore, right? It's something you're being forced to do. But reframing it as part of your identity, I am an active person, or I am someone who is in motion, that changes everything. Your choices start to flow naturally from who you are, instead of feeling like a constant battle. And here's another huge mental reframe. Get off the scale. I'm serious. Your weight can go up and down for a million reasons that have nothing to do with your progress, and it's so discouraging. Instead, shift your goal to things you can actually feel. Is your goal to have more energy, to sleep better, to feel stronger? When you focus on getting healthy, any weight loss just becomes a happy side effect.
And if you need a few more tools for your mental toolkit, here are some great ones. First, accountability is king. Find a friend to do this with. Second, try habit stacking. Pair something you have to do, like walking, with something you love, like listening to your favorite podcast. And finally, be kind to yourself. On those low energy days, don't just quit, just dial it back. A simple walk is still a massive win.
So when you boil it all down, the big takeaway is this. It's time to just let go of this old idea that fitness has to be a grueling, hour-long punishment. The real secret to long-term sustainable health is simply weaving more motion in all its forms into the fabric of your daily life. It's those small, smart, consistent moves that make all the difference.
And that brings us to the final, most important question. A question just for you. Forget about tomorrow or next week or next month. What is one tiny, ridiculously easy motion you can add to your life in the next 5 minutes? Start there.